Who heard? Senses, faculties. One day, she asked the mentor a question. How can one make proper use of one's senses? The mentor replied, by limiting one's attachments. The outward senses give us awareness of color, fragrance, sound, taste, and touch, whereas the inward faculties bestow the capacity to experience love, tranquility, intuition, inspiration, spiritual unveiling, and the sweetness of nearness to Allah. When a person's faculties expand, they unfold in 5 directions, becoming infinite in terms of their vastness. The Holy Quran teaches that an individual should reflect upon the signs spread throughout the universe so that one's consciousness may become acquainted with the spiritual realities concealed within every manifestation of the creation. In this way, atmospheric changes cease to be merely environmental phenomena and become a means of spiritual observation. The Silsila Azeemiya emphasizes this reality that the existence of man is a fundamental component of that vast cosmic system. When imbalance arises in the surrounding environment, the inner being becomes unsettled and experiences these influences with greater intensity. However, if the heart is illumined by trust in Allah, the inner tranquility and equilibrium of that person remains above and beyond the fluctuations of the external world. One of the darker consequences of modern progress is that it has severed human beings from their faculties of perception. The reality is that the impressions of the human mind are continuously projected into the universe. When the poison of apathy spreads through the open atmosphere, negative vibrations begin, in subtle and imperceptible ways, to influence the human senses, while a person mistakes them for one's own thoughts. These negative vibrations overpower one's positive identity and bring a negative identity to the forefront. As a result, the person's senses and faculties undergo such profound transformations of color that they have become a living image of the forbidden tree. The extinction of senses is synonymous with death. Today, in the physical world, an individual living at a distance of 2 feet has dissolved in the classification of perception and moved to a distance of 200,000 feet. This is the drumbeat of humanity's decline. The Silsila Azeemiya stands as a guarantor of humanity's welfare, peace, comfort, and enduring survival. Its purpose is to consciously connect a person to their true essence, their inner self, so that the light of the inner realm illuminates the darkness of the outer world, and their senses become capable of receiving the reflection of divine attributes. One day, the mentor seated her before him and said, "Observe your soul." She closed her eyes and focused towards her inner. Through the mentor's spiritual influence and focused attention, she beheld within herself a radiant ocean of light, surging with brilliance. A remarkably delicate veil, like a subtle spiritual barrier, held this vast ocean of light in restraint. Yet the light possessed neither direction nor boundary. It seemed that the moment this barrier or veil was to be lifted, the soul would encompass the entire universe within itself. The light of the soul possessed a gentle yet exquisitely beautiful hue. As she described her experience, she asked the mentor 2 questions. "Hazur, how is it that such a slight veil has subdued so mighty an ocean of the soul. He stated, "The power of doubt has overpowered the strength of the soul." Hearing this, she was immersed in profound wonder and astonishment. She then asked her second question, "Huzur, what was the color of the soul's light?" The mentor said, "It is exceedingly rare for a soul to possess this hue. It is the color of mutual love. Allah loves you, and you, in turn, love Allah." She expressed a desire to know whether she could observe another person's soul. He replied, "Yes, certainly. Look over there." She focused her attention upon Zaid's soul. Within the boundless ocean of effulgence, it was as though there were flashes of lightning. The mentor said, "You have witnessed the manifestations of the divine command within the soul. Zaid himself has no perception of this." He then continued, "Every person's soul is an embodiment of effulgence, free from all colors. It is this one-sided love with which Allah loves His servants. The flashes of lightning you saw signify that the soul continuously redirects the person towards Allah through thought. However, their consciousness ignores it. Upon hearing this, tears streamed from her eyes. The love of Allah surged within her, and her heart bowed in prostration before the divine presence. Yuminuna bil ghaib, to believe in the unseen and to experience Allah as closest to oneself. The very intensity of this inner awareness awakens the perception of the soul.